Good afternoon. Good afternoon. So, I just had a series of interviews this morning, and while I was in an interview with one particular young lady, on her resume and during the interview, she revealed that she moved quite a bit over the past, I don't know, year or so, since her last job. And I can't remember exactly what I asked her, but in true Brandy form and fashion, I can't remember what I asked her, but her response was, well, I guess it's because I'm running from some things. Now, y'all, anybody who, again, knows me knows that I really wanted to go in a little bit deeper and ask her a few more questions, but it just wasn't the appropriate environment or time or place for me to do that. But when she left, what confirmed for me, um, for my spirit, is that the message that I have for women, from my perspective, is so much more needed. What you don't know is that I have been trying to start and stop a video since about 9 o'clock this morning. This would be maybe my 10th video that I've done. And the intention was for me to come on here and to share with you that I'm going to take you on a journey of breaking your heart open. A black woman's journey on breaking her heart open. And I'm sure that there are other women who can relate. However, being black and being a woman is the only frame of reference that I have. I'm sure that men can relate to where I'm going as well. But again, being black and a woman is my only frame of reference. And I was extremely nervous about creating that video. I was overthinking it. I'd started and stop it. I really needed to get over myself. But after that interview and listening to the young lady, it was more apparent than not that this is what I need to do. Because I want to show women, and what dropped in my spirit when she said that, and after she left, was you don't have to run. Because here's the deal: no matter where you go, you take you with you. And so that's why we tend to go to different places thinking that something there on the outside of us is going to be different, and it's not. Because what we're running from is on the inside. And I can absolutely relate because I've been there. That was me. One of the reasons that I left Wisconsin is because I was running. I was running from me. And I remember a couple of years ago, shortly after, maybe within a year or so of me moving, I called one of my girlfriends at the time, and I was venting to her about what was going on with whatever was going on. And she was really quiet. She listened. And she said, isn't it interesting? You take you with you no matter where you go. I was fucking devastated. I was like, no, she didn't say this to me. But she was I was clutching my pearls. I grabbed my neck because I was clutching my pearls. Like, how dare she say that to me? It's those other people, not me. It's those other people. But she was absolutely right. And what I want to share with people is there is a way to stop running. Stop running from yourself. Stop running from your emotions. Stop running from the pain. To stop and face it. And the only way that you can really get to the other side of what it is that we desire is if we stop running from our emotions. Stop pushing them down. Stop swallowing them. Stop suppressing them. Stop putting them on a back burner. Stop being strong. Stop doing all of that. Face it and allow your heart to break open. But what I realize is that not many of us even know how to do that. We don't even know what that means. What do you mean, let your heart break open? I don't even know what that means. It sounds painful, right? Most of us don't even know what that means. But there is a way to do it. There is a way to go about doing it. And I really want to take you on a journey of how to allow yourself to break open, how you allow your heart to break open. So, for the next 30 days, beginning today, I'm going to go. I don't know if it'll be live or if I'll do a video and upload it. I just don't know. And I'll talk about my personal journey. Because, again, that's the only frame of reference that I have. But a Black woman's journey on breaking her heart open. And when I talked about this last night with my coach, let me back up. Because I'm not being 100% honest right now. When I cried through this with my coach, because there was a part of me that was like, hell no, I'm not doing that. What do you mean go live and, talk about my journey for the next 30 days every single day? So there a part of me was like, I don't want to do that. And then the other part of me knew that it was necessary in order for me to continue to grow and expand and to use my voice to share what it is that I want to share. I knew that in that moment that it was necessary. I can't remember what I was saying. Anyway, I don't know. And so this is a part, so let me just say, so this is a part of what I was afraid of. Wanting to be perfect, wanting to get on live and say all of the right things and have a great message and blow people away and not stumble and not make mistakes. And this is really a part of the process. And it's not realistic. Like, it's not necessarily realistic that I can get on here, be perfect, because a part of that is contrived and fake. And so I really just want to be able to speak from my heart. And here's what I was going to say. My thought just came back to me. Here's what I was going to say. You cannot talk about how to break your heart open without talking about every step of the process. Because here's the deal. We're not born like this. I wasn't born an angry Black woman. I wasn't born a mad Black woman. I wasn't. It is over the course of years and, obviously things that happen to us. And it doesn't even have to be major traumatic things. It's the small lessons that we picked up, the subtle lessons that we pick up through our adolescent years and our, young adult years that help to shape and help to build that, the casing around our hearts. It's those small things that we begin to interpret about who we are, and we attach our identity to these stories, many of them false, but we don't even know that they're false, and we're so used to living a certain way. Most of us don't even know what it's like to experience happiness and peace and joy and just really being content. Most of us don't. And I remember those days. I was always offended by what other people said. I said that last night. I'm sure I was a horrible human being to interact with because I was always offended. I was deeply insecure. And that's why I was always offended, because I was deeply insecure and somebody was always picking and poking at my thorns. So I thought. There were only two emotions that I felt: anger and sadness. It was one or the other. Either I was mad all the damn time or I was angry all the damn, or depressed all the time. And it took me through the process, it took me saying to myself, there has to be another way. There has to be another way to live this world. I know I was not born to be pissed off all the time, to be angry all the time, to be mad, to be hurt, to relish and live in pain every single day, to wake up and wish you didn't wake up that particular day. Like, damn, I gotta do this again. To get up and have all of those emotions but still be functional. I still gotta go to work. I still got these 3 babies to take care of. I still got a man to take care of and to, do whatever for him. And I got family and I still have to show up every day, but I'm in pain. I remember what that feels like. I also know what it feels like in the mess in between. I know the process. It's a step of recognizing that, number one, there is a different way for me to be. There has to be. And if there is a different way, I want to find it, because I don't want to be like this. I don't want to live my life like this. I know that there is peace and joy and happiness on the other side. And it's got to come from within. I know it. So that was that step. Then there was a step of really trying to find which way is best for me. Which way is best for me to really reconnect with who I am. And that was the nasty, ugly, messy, painful part of breaking open. This is a 20-year process. And then there's the step where you finally get to the other side. You began to get to the other side of, okay, the stories no longer control me. I'm not controlled by my emotions either way. Because here's the deal. You're controlled by your emotions in two ways, good or bad. A lot of us, we're controlled by our emotions by every time somebody does something to us, we're up and down. That's how we're controlled by our emotions. Or if the only emotion that you feel is anger and pain, and you're also always trying to suppress it and keep it quiet, and in your mind you're constantly trying to it's a constant battle and energetic. It's a battle. Okay, there's a battle to constantly monitor your feelings. Don't do that. You're getting angry. Okay, just tone it down. Don't get too. You're gonna cry now. Okay, don't cry. You don't want them to see you weak. Okay, well, hold it in. Don't cry. You're getting too mad. Don't be too happy. Oh my goodness, that's painful. How many of y'all understand what I'm talking about? Where you're constantly monitoring and what's going on the inside. Try not to show too emotion. Don't be too happy. Okay, smile just a little bit. Okay, but now you're too mad. Okay, oh my goodness. No. So we're controlled one way or the other. Either you're up and down, or you're trying. If you suppress them, it's a constant battle to try to keep in what it is that you're feeling. And you know why it's a battle? Because it's not normal. It's not normal to suppress it. You have to be able to address it. That rhymed. That was good. But it's not normal. It's not normal for your nervous system. It's not normal for your health. It's not normal for your breathing. It's not normal for any of it. It's just not normal. It's not a normal way to be. But because we've lived like this for so long, it has become normalized. It's become normalized. And so over this next 30 days, I want to be able to really, really open up and share with you. First for myself, right? First for myself. The beginning, the middle, and the end. And what happens when these subtle stories that we have help to build a layer, an extra layer, an encasement over your heart. What those stories are that are associated with the things that happen to us. The process of finding and trying to identify which way do you go, where do you turn. Breaking open that messy part, and then getting to the other side. So this will be my story. This will be my journey. I invite you to come with me. But this will be for me first. This is necessary for me to continue to expand and to grow. And I pray that in the process, somebody is touched, somebody is healed, and somebody takes the opportunity to break their own heart open and to stand and face those things that have been chasing them, to reconnect to who they are. Because I'm telling you, that is the only way to truly connect to all those things that you desire, happiness and peace. And at the end of the day, isn't that what most of us want? We want to be happy. We want to be in a state of contentment and peace, and we want joy, genuine joy. The only way to do that is to allow your heart to break open. So, I'm going to share my 20-year process with you. And I've thought about it. It has been 20 years. It has been 20 years, and it is a process. I want to be able to speed that up for you. Well, whatever, process you need to take, that's fine. But the point is, go through your process, and everything that you want is on the other side. So this is my first video, video 1, and I will see you all tomorrow.